So referring to API governance tooling, obviously it's evolving quite a lot at the moment. What are some of the key functionality areas that you're seeing API tooling providers focus on? I think from our end, we're seeing a huge focus on automation and kind of trying to make governance as self-service and as frictionless as possible. Are you seeing the same?
Yeah, I think that you will need an API gateway to I don't like this term, but to execute the APIs, although I know that the APIs are not executed both, but you need some kind of runtime environment to execute the policies around APIs, security, cache, traffic shaping, whatever, but the execution, or the runtime part of APIs, it will be it's key for that. Besides for that, you will need a developer portal to create or to engage a community of developers that will create apps and services on top of your APIs. And those applications, those services will be the ones adding value to your APIs. So they will put your APIs on the market. So to do that, the developer experience should be really, really huge. So we have API gateway, developer portal. You will also need to put focus on analytics. You have to be aware how your APIs are performing, how your KPIs are behaving, and if you are not reaching them, you will need a plan to reinvent you and to correct those deviations. It will also key the management part of the APIs. I mean, how are you going to manage the API lifecycle? How are you going to? You will need also tools to create, to design, to publish, to secure, to analyze, and to monitor, to that kind of things. And I think that's okay. You also need an integration block to integrate, for example, microservices with service meshes or async APIs. Yeah, I think that's enough. So to summarize, API gateway, API analytics, developer portal, and API management. I think that of course, if we go to a more fine-grained analysis, we will find some other building blocks. But at a high level, I think that with those 5, it's enough.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that sounds like a good setup. I think the way we see things at digitalML and when we're working with our large enterprise customers is quite a good analogy I like. So your developer portal, your consumer portal, your marketplace, kind of however you want that set up, that's your tailored, customized storefront. So developers, or I think eventually other roles, it would be great if kind of business and other roles could come and consume and reuse APIs. They can come in, find, evaluate, kind of gain insight if they want to use that API, onboard it. That's your amazing storefront. And then in addition to that, you need kind of the supply chain of how does that come about? How does that get managed? How is the governance and the reliability ensured throughout? And that's, as you said, kind of the lifecycle management aspect and to some level the gateway. And then we also see that there's a need for a kind of warehouse distribution center, which is where the concept of a catalog comes in. And so you can kind of, again, gain that visibility, understand and track and harvest those metrics, and kind of create like rationalized and data-driven insights on how you want to run your program. And obviously governance is a key element of all of those.
Yeah, you have a lot of tools available to do that. The important thing is to have a governance, an API governance strategy. Defining the whole context and defining the policies, the guidelines, the accelerators. You will need in your organization to put everything in place.
Exactly, and as we've mentioned before, to make it easy for people to use it, so it's not kind of a manual process, and it's not that horrible bottleneck to development and speed that governance has traditionally been.